Good afternoon. Great to be back with you. Jeff Killick here at C.ex Stadium, Coffs Harbour. And we had a fantastic day. What about the cracking game? Steve Haney just called girls 18s, and they're all locked up at 3-all. But unfortunately, it's highest place. There's no extra time. And the girls will be thinking about that one till the next international, that's for sure. The one that got away, but nonetheless, great display of Oztag by the girls 18s. Coming up now, the mixed 20s grand final. How good's this? And your referee, listen to this, Charlie Harrigan. Does that name sound familiar to you? And they call him Charlie Steve Bradbury Harrigan, the youngest ever World Cup referee. Went over to Ireland and reffed at 19 years old. He's 21 now. And he's the youngest of 5 sons. Geez, Bill, mate, you work hard here running the event and you got 5 young blokes. Well done, and congratulations. Charlie Harrigan out here reffing this game. Let's see if we see a little bit of Hollywood Harrigan. So it's the mixed 20s grand final, and it's the NZ Stingrays up against Samoa, Australia. And you can see the Stingrays ready to kick off, running from left to right of your screen. That wind's backed right off, so no advantage there. The sun's out and shining, which is lovely for an afternoon of rugby league, or Oztag, as we like to say here at Coffs Harbour. And there's an error early. An error early by Samoa, Australia. So they'll go up and they'll take possession, only 10 metres out from the kickoff. And almost straight over the Stingrays. I'll play it there for one. It's a bit of a deep line. They wrap around there. Love the mixed. You've got to be able to utilise your girl players. In the grand final here, it's NZ were first in their pool. And they go to ground there. Quick play the ball. Samoa, they reset their defence just in time. They scoot across this way. Oh, go to this edge, unmarked. But the tag's off back here. Well called there by young Charlie Harrigan. And Samoa, Australia finished second in their pool. So they're both in Pool B. So first v second. So Samoa have to win it to get the chocolates. If it's a draw, unfortunately it's going to go to the Stingrays, just like we saw with Australia v the Barbarians in that last girls game. Goes back against the grain, picks it up, tags her off. Geez, you've got to have to be on your game. And young Charlie Steve Bradbury Harrigan. Now, they call him Steve Bradbury because when they had to go to Ireland, they could only take 10 refs, and they had 20 picked. He was number 16 on the list. Anyway, someone pulled out, so they took 11, then they took 12, and they couldn't make it. And then they said 13, 14, couldn't make it. Eventually, they got to number 16. And you wouldn't believe it, it was Charlie Harrigan. So Bill was pretty chuffed about that, and Bill got to break the news to him that he got to go over there and be the youngest ref ever in the World Cup in Ireland. What a great opportunity. And here he is today out in the middle of Coffs Harbour. Full control of this game. Samoa now on the attack. Little tap from the halfway. Got a very flat attacking line. They're obviously just having a couple of settles there. Defence is up for New Zealand. Try a little wrap around, looking for a little bit of a break in the armour here. Samoa, they had a stacked side, had a stacked edge there, but unfortunately all the defence had slid across to block them out. This time they go back to the centre. 2 passes, come under. Nice. Ball's away before the tag was off, and all of a sudden created the overlap, goes straight to the line. I thought she was going to run out of the stadium. She's looked up and seen the white cones for the other try line. But Samoa strike first, and they go to the lead here at 1-0. And lovely try. 2-0 because it's a 2-pointer. Let's go to the replay. So you can see there, they just run into the line, miss tag, shuffles it over, and she almost runs out of the stadium there. Kayla Kohate. Sincere apologies if that's not the correct pronunciation. Gets herself a try in the grand final here for Samoa, Australia. Great stuff. She was just going to keep running and running and running. So New Zealand now Little chip and chase, breaks the line, steps off one, does an ankle snap, actually rolls the player over. He couldn't even get up. Absolutely smoked the Samoan player. In fact, he got up and he's limping back. That's how good the sidestep was. He's back into the defensive line now. Manages to stop that one. Now New Zealand on the attack. How they didn't score from that is beyond me. So great scramble defence by the Samoa Australia team. And a quick response from New Zealand. Up to shut it down. Oh, well read. Good eyes up footy there by the young girl from New Zealand, the 18, Orla Graham. She saw the player shoot up, so she just thought, well, I'm just going to tap it in behind you, mate. Anyway, they get the ball back. Here they go now. They shuffle it. Oh, that pass, I think, propelled forward, did it? No, looks at the ref. Gives him the thumbs up on the sideline. So referee Harrigan says no, forward pass. He went to the other touchy. Now, that's interesting because I agree with the touchy on the western touchline who called forward pass. So well done there to Charlie Harrigan. He went to his touchies. And then he had to make a decision, and he probably had in his head what he thought it was. And I'll be honest, I thought it was a forward pass. So a try gone begging for New Zealand, and Samoa back on the attack now. Puts a kick through, and that's not a 50-10, that's like a 10-10. He's kicked it right back from just in front of the 10, comes off his feet, but there's a penalty there. He's in front of the kicker. He's saying offside. So New Zealand will get the ball there. And had that kick have gone out, that would have been a phenomenal kick from just in front of the 10 in his own half. And right now, New Zealand into space. They go to ankle snap to 74 again. And he's caught him out again, and he saves a try this time. So some nice stuff here. New Zealand on the attack, and lucky they got a fullback there. That was Cooper Kennedy in the 77 for New Zealand. And Nehemiah for Samoa at the back. Here they go now, New Zealand. Look, they're just keeping it alive. And the tag was off, an absolute try saver there. Tila Lowell. They've got plenty of coast to work with. Some fresh legs just come on. Looks to inject. Oh, she ran all the way across that number one, but she didn't inject. She could have created that little bit of extra overlap. I think she didn't want to foil the play early. And there's a pass that's gone to no man's land, and that's managed to get picked up by the New Zealanders. So they still keep it alive. I thought the tag might have come off, but referee's called no. The tag wasn't off, and there's the last one there. So change over there. Marker's going to have to make sure he stays in front of the player. He's probably sneaking half a metre there. And Samoa on the attack. 1-0 in this grand final, the mixed 20s. And what a day we've had. Only got a couple more left. 2-0, I beg your pardon, because it was a girls' try. How dare I take an extra point off them. So important in mix, that 2-point try. Nice, chip, Chase picks it up. Referee Harrigan says back here. Oh, Charlie, dad's got Bill's good looks, eh? Probably a bit of a chick magnet, is he? Down at the Hoey-Moey. And he's doing a great job out there at the moment. All right, here goes New Zealand on the attack. The Samoan fans, well, they weren't too happy about it. And there's a penalty against the grain. So I think he's saying he was fending the tag there. So a penalty against the grain. And Samoa all of a sudden back on the attack. This is Kane Thompson in the 77 there for Samoa. They'll play it again, come back the short side. Thompson's there. Uses them as a decoy, tries to wrap around. New Zealand's onto it. Samoa now, 10 metres out, 1 point in front. Who would have thought? They came second, the Stingrays finished first, so Samoa have to win. Have to win by a point. What about the razzle-dazzle kick? Little flick behind off the back of the heel. Yeah, but he's been practicing that one. K's on key. Let's see if he can produce something a bit magic later and get some points off it. New Zealand now. And Samoa just holding them out there. Now they come back to this western touchline. No, referee Harrigan says, let's have it back there. I thought I heard a whistle. Steps, and he sucks in the defence, manages to pull a defender up, and now all of a sudden they go shooting down this western touchline, and this time it's diffused. No step this time on the 77. Carne Thompson. New Zealand almost put it to ground. He managed to keep hold of it. I'll come back. Western side. There's nothing doing there. Thompson again shuts that one down. At the back before, the ankle snapped him earlier on that first one. It was a big unit. It was like watching the Titanic turn around, but to his credit, he got back and saved the try. Nice chip and chase, eyes up footy. Oh, tries to push him off the ball at the same time. So, yeah, it was interesting. The number one, unfortunately, for the Stingrays, not on my list here. I got both teams start with number 2, which is a bit strange. But I do think the girls in the office, for what they've done today, they bring the team list in pretty much the game before each kickoff. So there's obviously something not printing on the number 1, because I've got 2 teams with no number 1s. All right, New Zealand on the attack, tries to chip through, picks it up, but his tag's off. They love that little drop and tap, don't they? 2-0 Samoa, 10 minutes, grand final into the first half. Nice, short side. Send the decoy through, nothing doing there. Samoa up in their face. Jinx. Good defence. Numbers to the left. Goes right, short. Outstanding tags, and well read too by the Samoan defence. Hard to tag a moving target. Well, he's had to let go of his shorts. He's hard to tag, but again, Thompson's gone in there and shut another one down. That's 2 in a row he's just shut down. You can see where they had him at the back before. And he's going to give himself a quick breather. So some fresh legs come on for Samoa as they look to work their way out of the danger zone here in front of their own sticks. Nice ball, cut out. Beautiful work, nice seeing the girls chiming in with the boys here. That's what wins these mixed games. You've got to utilise your female players. And whether that's sending them and digging them into the line or using their ball work. But when blokes start hogging it, not using the girls, that's usually when things go awry. Samoa now. He's looking for the 50-10. Bang. Gets a bit of purchase on that. And it was well read for the New Zealand. Number 77 there, Cooper Kennedy. And they'll play it 10 metres shy of the halfway. Make that a metre. Come back the western side. They decide to put another 50-10 in, and that one they've caught him napping, Samoa. Outstanding kick, so they'll get a great advantage from that. And New Zealand trying to get themselves back in this game with just under 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Samoa 2 from a female try. New Zealand yet to score in the grand final here. The mixed 20s. Numbers to the left, comes back to the right, sliding defence, and he's unmarked, goes over. So New Zealand get a strike. And that makes it 2-1. We'll have a look at the replay for you. And it just opened up. They went left, dummied, and then turned around and went right for the 23, Tyler Martin. And just getting ready for the kickoff. We'll have a look at the replay now. So he goes to the left, he big step off the left, and and what happened was the defence slid, and they all fell for it. Instead of a dummy pass, it was a dummy step, and they all fell for it. And he came back, found the gap, and went under. So Samoa had the female try, so they've got that little point buffer up their sleeve. Almost at the half-time break, and they said, let's just get it out of here, or downtown it, and that's a little bit too big. So that'll be a 7-tackle or 7-tag set restart for New Zealand. And they'll take it centre field there in front of their try line. And a few players look a little bit exhausted here. It's a very long weekend of playing a lot of football. So it's usually the fittest at the tail end here. If the teams are matched up, it can be the fittest. So that's interesting. The tag he's saying must have been simultaneous there, referee Harrigan. And Touchy helps him and goes out and shows him the spot. So Samoa will get the ball here. He was probably thinking 50-10, but it had a bit of pressure, so he had to let it go, and that managed to get it to go just over the 15. Samoa. Couple shy of the half. They go one off the ruck. Nice. Diving tag. Kaimani Smith. Dummy kicks. Thompson. And there's a forward pass. So a little bit of defensive pressure, and all of a sudden, there's an error. And New Zealand, well, they're back in it from the halfway. Nice, good movement. Well, that one's gone backwards. He said, play on, off a Samoan hand, 6 again. So he's just called it back to the spot here, Harrigan. And the number 1 will play it there for New Zealand. Quick play the ball. Goes the short side. Caught the marker napping. Gets through 1, 2. Now he kicks. Regathers. And there's a steal off. Scissors, paper, rock. Harrigan. Scissors, paper, rock, I reckon. So that was interesting. I don't know. Are you allowed to steal the ball in Oztag? I don't know. So there is half time. Referee signals. Let's change over. And going into the halftime break, without a break, is Samoa 2, New Zealand 1. And we might have a quick look at the highlights. We might just go straight into this grand final action. Yeah, great to have your company, Jeff Killick, here this afternoon. And between Steve Haney and myself, been sharing a few games across the afternoon. And what a fabulous weekend. And it turned out to be a great day after plenty of rain yesterday and today. And thank you to all the staff that prepare the fields here at Coffs. I know we sound like a broken record. We say it time and time again as that one goes out on the full. But phenomenal. This field has held up through all that work and all that rain. And here we are, got a couple more to go. New Zealand get the penalty from the kickoff. Samoa not doing themselves any favours. Mistakes from the kickoff, and now New Zealand on the attack. Takes it down into the line. They'll play it there, short side. Nice, beautiful tag there from Samoa. And it was a tag that had to be made. Well, that player gets through. That was Harmony McLeod in Samoa, the little 99, little pocket rocket. Steps off the left, puts a little chip through. And they all love doing that, these young blokes, don't they? Oh, nice spiral ball. Puts his foot out, but that'll be 6 again. No, hang on. Offside. He's saying you're offside the player. So Harrigan calls an offside play there, and it goes to Samoa. Now they're only a metre short of the halfway. Thompson. Now they're a metre over the halfway, Samoa. Wrap around play. Referee signals 5th and last. And they said, well, let's go back down this eastern touchline. Dummy's under. He'll chip through. Of course he will. Regathers. But just can't get his hands on that one. And Samoa, well, they'll hand it over there, just on the 10-metre line, just out the New Zealand try line. 2-1, 17 minutes into, well, 2 into the second half, 17 minutes into this game. Oh, New Zealand putting on some nice metres here. And he should have just kept running there because his tags are on. But, you know, sometimes you hear that rip and you stop, but it doesn't mean your tag's off. It's a tricky one if you're playing by sound. Here they go. This time there's a penalty against the grain. He said you played it without putting foot to ball. Well, that's a terrible penalty there. Adam Carnib to give up in a grand final. Terrible, just putting your team under pressure. I'm sure you'll learn from that one. The boys will let him know over a beer tonight at the celebrations. When all the teams are out celebrating. That's all the teams. Not saying who's going to win. That's all the teams celebrating. Of course, there's no truth to the rumour that a lot of these senior teams come up here just to have a bit of a social. No truth in that rumour. So New Zealand now get a penalty here. Harrigan says just take it back to the mark. And Carnib will start the restart. They work to the eastern touchline. Oh, one of the players goes over. And they manage to throw a forward pass as they go over for the try. And Harrigan on the spot. Well, he was in the perfect position. How would you be if you go home and Bill critiques your refereeing? One of the best ever to don the referee jersey, Bill Harrigan, and here's his son. I bet he tells Bill. I bet he critiques Bill. That's what he'd do. Good on him. Great to see the family referee dynasty surviving here through Charlie Harrigan. Right now, it's all about Samoa and the NZ Stingrays. And there's a no-look pass that went to no one. But it's gone backwards, so they managed to get himself out of that, Samoa. And this time, bang, he says, let's go for a 50-20, but NZ already aware of it, dropped themselves back. Here they go now. Eastern touchline. They got an overlap there. Digs into the line. They say no. Tag was still on. It says play on. So Samoa were calling back here that the tag was off, but they said no, the ball had gone. So referee Harrigan blows to the spot, and we're going to have a look at this one. New Zealand, well, they've managed to level it up 2-2. Let's go to the KO replay. And you can see there, definitely, ball's away. And even though they're appealing for it, the ball was away, and he just steps in off the right. And he double taps it. It says, yeah, gives the signal, whatever that signal was. So New Zealand, I think it was Adam Carnib, the 4. I think it was Adam Carnib that scored that one for the Stingrays. And they brought them back into the game. So all of a sudden we're locked up with 10 to go. And Samoa just fallen off the pace here after their first try early in the first half. The girls try. Now they need to just come back. They need one point, but they've got to win. Locked up is no good. They're trying to keep it alive here. Taps, goes for the regather, says no. Came off a hand. He says no, knock back. Dummies. Nice, beautiful ball, but nah, tags off. Nice inside backing up there too. New Zealand, 15 shy of the halfway. Here they go now. Got numbers. Dig into the line. Beats one. Doesn't manage to beat the second one. And Kaimani Smith will play it there. They'll come this short side. Another great tag by the little pocket rocket, Harmony McLeod. Impressed me. She's just out there doing a job. Trying to shut down when she can. Just doing what she can for the team. And sometimes you can create things that'll come your way. Chips through, but can't get his way through there. Kaimani Smith. Almost, but his tag was off. We're all locked up at 2-2. 8 minutes, just over 8 minutes remaining here. The mixed 20s grand final. The first place Stingrays up against Samoa, Australia, who was second place. So Samoa have to win it. If it's locked up, well, we've been listening all day. And incidentally, if you are listening, let us know where you're watching. Are you in Samoa watching? Let us know. I've put a little post up on Insta, on at Big Mouth Jeffro. Let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to know. We'll try and say good day. We'll check them at the break. At Big Mouth Jeffro. Check it out on Instagram. I've put a little post up, a few photos of some of the games here today, and an image from our commentary box, so you'll know you're on the right post. And yeah, throw a comment in there, send us a message, and we'll see how you're travelling. So there's a penalty gone to NZ now, and at 2-2 in the mixed 20s at the moment, it's in their favour. And there's a penalty against the grain. Quick tap, goes himself, decides, goes to the ground. They've just got to do something. If they can get points here, Samoa. Now they work it out to this western touchline. And Genesis, Denalia, He can't get anywhere, so now they'll come back to the centre. Xavier Vavavu. He'll play it there. Sends it inside. Gets his hands back on the ball. Oh, nice little no-looker over the top there. So they're trying anything. It's gone backwards. Harrigan says, play on. Now to Varden Gilbert Marino. He sends it to the little pocket rocket, McLeod. She plays it quick. They've got numbers here to the left. They've got to dig into the line. Back inside. They're looking for a little chink in the armour at 2-all. 6 minutes remaining. Samoa, they get that point. They'll just make things a little bit better for them. Nice little flick pass out the back. They knew he was there. And there's one, but it's been knocked forward. Let off for Samoa. Yeah, tried to read the intercept there, the New Zealand player. And a let off there. So Genesis Daniela will play it there. Now they'll go. Couple to the left. He goes to ground there. Vavu plays it quickly. Now Samoa will dig into the line. This time through Kobe Young. Oh, straight to the line this time. Namaya Vavu. They must be brothers. Of course they are. They've got the same names, or they might be cousins. They look like brothers, don't they? Here goes his brother. Wraps around. Nice, extra player. Just manages to hold on to that. That's the fifth and last. Can Samoa crack it here? Take the lead with only 5 minutes remaining in this grand final. Goosey throws it back inside to keep it alive. Nice little tap on. Geez, they've got some good footy skill, these guys. And the girls are just flowing off the back of that beautifully. So there's some defence that's really good from New Zealand. They managed to send them back about 10 metres. He's got a little injury out of that one. And Kobe Young managed to get a little injury, but he's got back up. He knows he has to defend. Nice kick through. And he says, no, there's a knock on there. And Harrigan right on the spot says no knock on. He was appealing for a penalty, and this time he just takes his tag off. Yeah, and 10 in the bin. Professional foul. Now, this, he goes straight off because he gave him a spray. Well, Harrigan's got full control here. And Charlie Harrigan has just sent a player off. First he binned him, and then he said, no, you're off. So Adam Carnib has been sent from the field with 4 minutes remaining, and that might be the difference for Samoa in an overlap. Absolute try saver. Absolute try saver. They've got the extra player now. Can they utilise it? Henzeg going to have to really aim up in their defence. Sliding across now. They're one player short. It's supposed to be an advantage, but these fields aren't that wide. Quick play the ball. Unfortunately, she played it before a tag was off, so she conceded the tag. And that's a bit of an ouch moment there for Samoa. An ouch moment. And New Zealand are out of trouble. Well, they're just going to have to try and finish a good set, downtown it, and keep it down there. Here they go now. Almost up to the halfway. They're in front. If they win by tie, they are in front. New Zealand on the attack, just over the halfway. We're all locked up still. Here they go, short side. Now they'll go back to this eastern touchline. They've got numbers there, New Zealand, but the tag's off. And well shut down there by Samoa. Young Samoa, the lady there, mate, she shut that one down. And now they've got to go quick play the ball. They've got the overlap, and they've got about 2.5 minutes to get down here and get some points. Probably looking for a repeat set. 50-10 or a repeat set. They've got to get down there. Samoa, can they pull a rabbit out of their hat? They'll play it just centre of the halfway. Well, they've gone around, a little bit of communication. Gone awry there, but they managed to just take a quick settle. Here they go now. They've got to set up for something. I don't know what the communication is. They go short side. No, back inside. Now they feel they're getting an overlap. Oh! Knocked back, says Harrigan. So she was smart enough not to put her hand to that, Harmony McLeod, or if she did, the referee said it went backwards. Inside ball, but that one's gone forward. And he's absolutely fluffed it. Jamie Ball, he'll be disappointed. But hang on, they've got a penalty out of it, or was it a touch? It was a touch on it, come off an NZ hand. Well, a bit of luck going their way right now, the Samoans. Here they go now. McLeod, quick play the ball, ran to the spot. They set it up with the boys. Goes through, tags them on. Samoa to the front. And the crowd's loving it. Samoa 3, New Zealand 2. And we've got just on 1 minute remaining. Let's have a look. And Thompson, who's been involved in everything. He's been involved in everything. He's been rewarded with a try, and what a little celebration he has back there. He knows how important that is. So, that discipline there from Adam Carnib, the number 4 from New Zealand, may have cost them a grand final because Samoa didn't get through until they were 1 down. But they're still turning up right now. So their heads are down, but, mate, they've got to chin up here. 30 seconds remaining. New Zealand on the attack. If they tie it up, if they score, they'll win the series. The siren's gone in the background. The ball's still alive. Last play. Oh, she drops it. So everyone celebrated, but the ball was still alive. And look at the celebration. Samoa, Australia have taken it out 3-2. Some wonderful scenes here by the mixed 20s premiers, Samoa, Australia, and wonderful stuff. And of course, supporting the Samoan Oztag that came over. So two different divisions there. One from Samoa, Australia, or the Heritage Samoans over here, and then of course we've got the Samoa Oztag that came over from Samoa Tag. And look at this, beautiful. Some highlights here. Great stuff. Xavier Vavu gets it back. And then the number 2 there, Kahate, she ended up almost running out of the stadium. And that was nice, down low, and just slams it down there. Tyler Martin, wrap around here. Adam Carnib passes it on. And look, some beautiful movement. Created the overlap and then just steps inside. And Taj Schofield, he gets one on a defeated team. And then Samoa, they just kept turning up, and there was a missed tag there. And a big celebration by the big fella, Kane Thompson. Well done to Samoa. We're going to take a short break and be back with more grand finals. Don't go away on KO.